The internet, as we know it, is dying. Now that is the opening.
Yeah, this is not a surprise anymore. The internet is dying, and not just the internet. A lot of things that are associated with, artificial intelligence and the digital technologies that we know are going to pretty much be hollowed out to the extent that they would be practically dead. They said that as of projecting to next year, that about 90% of the articles that you would read online would be generated by AI models and not written by humans. But even more so, I'm seeing a lot of people actually using AI to generate art and music, and it's gonna get to a point where I've talked about this in previous posts, where the blowback to this becomes so strong that people will, number one, lose the faith in all things digital, right? Because it's gonna get to a point where you're not even sure if the music you're hearing on the radio or on Spotify was generated by AI or a real person. It's hard to tell these days. And if it gets to that point, there's going to be that distinction that has to be made between human generated content and AI generated content, even when it comes to art. For example, musicians will start putting on their labels that of their productions that this is human generated, and that will carry some form of a premium to it. We're getting there. We're getting to that point. We're getting to the point where art will need to have some form of verification system or authentication system that can allow artists to show that this was actually done by them. And when we get to that point, there will be a premium that's going to be put on physical media. I think this is where we're going. Again, it's going to come full circle. That's what I think, at least. That is going to come full circle to the point that we start seeing physical media as something valuable. Something, I guess, that would be, handmade, right? Rather than digital media, which could easily be tampered with, easily be manipulated. And then it's going to get to a point where, even when it comes to videos and photos, we might even have to go back to film photography. We might have to go back to film photography because these days I'm seeing a lot of content on TikTok generated by AI, and they pass it as if it is, organic content, but it's not. You can tell if you're very keen that this is AI generated. They're creating content such as, shocking things that will get the views. There are fake artists out there, AI artists pretending to be real artists, faking concerts and things like that. It's getting serious. It's getting really serious, and it's really sad because the internet was created as a place where we could all share ideas. The best in my life, the best time of the internet was the early 2000s. It was such an innovative place. Every it seemed like every month something new was happening, some new product. It was an exciting place to be, even though the internet speeds were slower. It was so much fun, whether it was peer-to-peer sharing, whether it was a real player or Napster or all the innovative, MySpace. My goodness. It was a fun place to be. It was community. It felt like community. It felt good. But now the internet is just filled with bots and trolls and AI generated content. Just a hot mess. But there's hope if we're willing to go back to analog. More things analog. If we're willing to start putting a premium on film photography, for example, if we're willing to start putting a premium on analog things, just things that are tangible again, maybe we can actually escape this hellscape that's coming.